All right, so if you're having trouble locating adverse possession authority, this video should help. So I'm going to start by going into Westlaw Next. And I think by this point, all of you have had your little custom page right here pushed to you. But if for some reason it's not there, we can easily get to Cal Jur by going to Secondary Source, California, and here's Cal Jur. And this takes us to the table of contents. So the first thing you want to do is see if we can find anything on adverse possession in this list. So we don't see it anywhere in the A's here. So your next thought might be property. And there is something on property. And there's also something in real property, but I don't see anything really specific to adverse possession. Possibly this. So we can certainly look in here. And if it's not directly on point here, sometimes you can look at the bottom and sometimes it'll point you to other sections that might be on point. But I don't see anything there. Although one thing you might notice here is the word real estate. So that might be a clue as to where to look. So I'm going to back out of here. And let's just see if there's a section on real estate. So here's something on real estate. I'm just going to click here, see if there's anything relevant. Contracts for sale, nope. Bona fide purchases, options. Oh, here we go, adverse possession. So this can be really helpful here, and you can see it's broken down into multiple sections here. Things that we're going to be interested in are in general and elements and requisites. So let's just click right here and pop this open, see what options we've got. So this looks really helpful. And as we talked about, the issue is going to turn on payment of tax. So we want to keep in mind there's a section on payment of tax right there. So let's click. Let's just start with the first one, first possession, defined. Click to the very beginning. And we want to see if there's any reference to a statute here. I don't see any, but this might be useful in terms of just kind of getting a quick understanding of what is adverse possession. So here we have kind of a black letter law definition of it, but I don't think anything in here talks about tax, so we'll probably want to look at something else. Let's back out a little more, and maybe we want to look in elements and requisites. So let's see if there's anything useful here. So it's usually helpful to go to the very first link. Let's take a look here, generally / intent. Okay, so this actually looks very helpful here because it looks like we've got elements. In fact, to establish title by adverse possession, we need the following: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And it looks like 5 right here, payment of all taxes levied and assessed upon the property during the period. That's going to be the key point right there. So a couple of helpful things. We've got the elements, so we can move these elements directly into the client letter. Also, maybe this points to a statute. We can highlight here and we can see what they're citing for this. Footnote 1. So no statutes here. We might find that somewhere else, but it's possible, though, if we went into one of these cases would reference a statute. So that's something to keep in mind. But right off the bat, it looks like we've got at least the elements for adverse possession, so that's helpful. I'm going to back out a little bit. And now here's all the elements: actual possession, hostile character, open and notorious. So this will give you just going through any one of these, it will give you a better idea of what each individual element is. But let's see here, payment of taxes. This is what we're really interested in. So let's click on generally. And here it tells us, it looks like the requirements for paying taxes for adverse possession to work. Also, right here, we've got a reference to a statute. I'm going to click on this. And there's more than one statute that's going to be relevant to adverse possession, but this one looks like it's going to be most on point in terms of what we're talking about, because it looks like this statute requires that the taxes be paid. So if any one statute is going to directly apply to our client's question, this is the one. So here it looks like California Civil Code 325. but we can back out more. So if we wanted to know more about the requirement that taxes be paid, we can read this generally section, and these other sections as well will go into more detail. Same thing, we've got other sections covering more detail on all the other elements. So that's how you locate the statute and the secondary source information on adverse possession going through the table of contents. In the next video, I'll show you how you can do a search to find the same information.